Alright there, Saturday 2nd of March, just past midnight. Alright, I've been doing some thinking this evening. I'm going to keep it short because all these long videos out there, I'm subscribed to all these channels and they've got their videos just too long, there's no time. It's, you know, you literally would have to have the whole day and afternoon and evening to watch all these videos that I'm subscribed to. I just can't do it. It's impossible now. So for bearing that in mind, I'm going to keep this short. Okay, so this evening I've been doing some thinking. You know, funnily enough, after seeing the nonsense with India and Pakistan, you know, going on, and I saw some nonsense article written by a prick who says if there is a nuclear exchange between Pakistan and India, the nuclear fallout, or the blocking out the sun, right, from the nuke, will save us from global warming. All right. Okay, so I saw that, and then earlier on, I think earlier on to what was it? When I was having coffee this morning, I watched a David Yates video. He keeps it nice and short. It's good. And he mentioned there in every school now in the UK, there's a defibrillator in every medical bay in the school, the sick bay, right? And he asked why. Right? Okay? Why is that? Why is 5G a necessity? You know, what's it all about? And I was just thinking back to Fukushima. Right, obviously David Yates, he knows about that too. He goes on about it a lot. He knows it's deadly serious, and it is deadly serious. I mean, all you have to... Okay, I'll keep it short now. I'm just going to go fast, right? Okay, west coast of America and the Pacific, they're always laying down bunker fuel. Some shitty mixture there, right? Plus always chemtrail on the west coast, because that's where the plume's coming from. It comes across from Japan, and then it circulates, doesn't it? Like, you know? They're always doing their bunker fuel every single day there. What are they doing? What type of isotopes are they laying down? What type of... I mean, are they laying down some kind of elements to absorb radiation? Does setting forest fires absorb radiation? Does the smoke and all the soot and all the crap, does that absorb radioactive material? Why have these weather terrorists like David Keefe, you know, all these clandestine organizations, or ISCAT, NEXRAD, yeah, the Met's office, yeah, why are they allowed now to... They're basically on a rampage controlling the weather. Why have they suddenly been given the go-ahead? Full on, you know? Since after Fukushima, it's just that's when it's really ramped up since then. Why? Because that's a cover story for... I've mentioned before, it's radiation treatment. Okay? They're trying to control where and when the radiation is absorbed into whatever the fuck they're spraying, and where it comes down, and they're making it come down in the ocean. That's why all the sea critters are dying and washing up dead, aren't they? Because they're they're basically dumping it in the ocean. Okay, and the defibrillators in the schools. Now coming back to that, why would they have that? That's because they're basically admitting that the whole world is going to be irradiated, isn't it? And what's that going to cause? That's going to cause defects. I think we're already seeing the defects in animals and stuff. Okay, mutants. And obviously it's going to, I guess the incidence of, I don't know, maybe weak hearts. Because the heart's quite complicated, isn't it? Alright? Because all this radiation, okay, people are the children being born, they're going to have weak hearts, and that's why there's going to be defibrillators in every school, right? 5G, what's that about? Is that like creating some kind of shield to I don't know, maybe bounce off all these radioactive frequencies and fallout? Yeah, maybe that, maybe they figured being basically it's just ridiculous, really. Being irradiated with 5G is better off than being irradiated by the fallout from Fukushima. Is that what it is? Okay, And then the last thing on my mind is, yeah, back to the Pakistan and India thing. Okay, that's probably the West again, probably for fomenting war between the two. That's my guess. Why would they do that? My guess would be because they're hoping there would be a nuclear exchange, right? Because then, imagine that if India and Pakistan launched nukes at each other, then they'd have the excuse to say, oh, it's a nuclear winter now. Oh, the great culling is here. And then more importantly, because every single Western country bows down to Israel, okay? Then they'll say, see, it was India and Pakistan who irradiated the world. It wasn't Israel, okay? Because if you remember, the security camera company deployed their basically mini nukes in the cameras at Fukushima, right? That was an Israeli company. And don't forget, 9/11 was an Israeli job. Okay, it wasn't what some people say. They say it was part Israeli and part inside job of the U.S. government. It's not, because it's ridiculous saying that, because they've got all these fucking dual citizens. They're basically enemy spies. Okay, working for the rogue terrorist state of Israel, right in every single Western government. So it's fully inside job, okay? And there's all these cryptos everywhere. They're everywhere, and they run Western society. It's disgusting. And what they are, they're not Jews. They're straight up Satanist bastards, all right? That's what they are. Okay? So they want to deflect away from Israel being responsible for actually irradiating the world. They're the ones who are responsible for the apocalypse. It's them. Okay? And if everyone knew that, right, that shitty little terrorist state and all those terrorists, they would be dealt with, all right? I mean, why do you think in Spain, when they had the Spanish Inquisition, okay, they had the Spanish Inquisition because the Spanish people said, Catholic Spanish people, right, when it was actually Catholic and it wasn't perverted by, straight up popery and they're satanic now. Okay, they told the Jews, well, the people calling themselves Jews, I guess they didn't know any better. They told them, you drop that identity and you assimilate into Spanish society, and you become Christian or Catholic or whatever, yeah? And they didn't do that. Okay, so what happened is, instead, the kikes in Spain, they became crypto kikes, and instead they infiltrated the church, and then what did they do? Then they ran the Inquisition, and they tortured Christians instead, and they actually killed all the inquisitors. And then it went on, didn't it? And then they went all the way to Rome, but it had already gone to Rome before then, hadn't it? With the Basques, isn't it? Those bastards, Basques, yeah, those Jesuits had already happened, all right. So that's what we're dealing with, and that's the ridiculousness of the situation. Is the whole Western world, okay? All the leaders of the Western world, all the media, which of course are Satanist kikes. Alright, they're willing to just keep straight up lying about everything. You can forget about space and NASA and all that shit. NASA's a bunch of scum. They've only been creating fucking chem clouds and shit. That's what they've been doing with their money. There's nothing going into space. Right, and developing all these... They're the ones putting the viruses and bacteria up in the air. It's them. That's what NASA does with all their money. Yeah, there's no going to space. Okay, they're straight up terrorists, and you know what they are. They're all kikes, and they say Operation Paperclip, right? And they were Nazis, all the Nazis. Scientists came over, okay, rubbish. All kikes, all the... I mean, look, it's obvious how kikes. They killed all the brown shirts, didn't they? Okay, all the SS were a bunch of kikes. All the scientists, bunch of kikes, Satanist kikes. All demoniacs, and they channeled all that tech, yeah? That's why they had jet fighters, didn't they? The first jet fighter and all this technology, because they channeled it, because they're Satanists. That's what they are. Demoniac Satanists. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. And that's the truth of the matter. Okay? They just... All these lies is to cover up that we're screwed, and the future generation is going to be hit the hardest. They're going to be mutants, and not for the better. They're going to be they're going to have heart defects and I don't know what else would they get. Diabetes. Yeah, they'll have diabetes and or what? Who knows what else? Okay, leukemia. I don't know. Okay, and oh, it's gone over 10 minutes. I'm going to stop it there because, yeah, no time. So that's what it is. It's just a big cover, a big story, and they're literally trying to foment war between India and Pakistan, hoping for a nuclear exchange so they can say it wasn't Israel after all. It wasn't Israel that caused Fukushima because they used mini nukes and a weather weapon. Yeah, because Japan was enriching weapons-grade plutonium to create nukes of their own, and also they did, you know, at the same time they were doing economic terrorism against Japan, weren't they? If you remember back then. So yeah, it is all the Satanist kike's fault, and yeah, the West is utterly disgusting, right? And if only people were smart enough to know, there would be a witch hunt, and all these scum, I don't, you know, whichever, they're in power. That's the problem. They're in power. All right, 11 minutes too long. Bye. Good night.